It is K1 Mags this afternoon on Adelaide's Fresh 92.7. Now, let's be honest, buying a house these days can feel like an uphill struggle, can't it? Prices sky high at the moment. The market is so tough, tougher than ever, Mags.
It is, but that's where HomeStart comes in, Kale. For 35 years, they've been helping South Australians make home ownership possible with their innovative low-deposit home loans.
And he's back in the studio today. We are joined by HomeStart CEO Andrew Mills to find out how they're making the dream of owning a home more accessible for people right here in South Australia. And in today's episode, we're tackling a key topic, refinancing. Hello, Andrew.
Hey, Kale. Hey, Max. Great to be back.
Hello. So refinancing can be a game changer for homeowners, but knowing when and how to make the move can be kind of tricky. Let's get into it.
Now, Andrew, HomeStart is obviously a great option, but maybe for some out there, it's not always your forever loan. So what does refinancing mean, and how can it benefit HomeStart homeowners looking to, say, better align their home loan with, say, their current financial needs?
Yeah, a really important question, Kale. And refinancing's a topic that any home buyer should be thinking about. A lot of HomeStart customers, once they've had their HomeStart loan for a few years, they start to think about, is this still meeting my needs? And they look at options to refinance their HomeStart loans to other lenders. Now, firstly, what is refinancing? It's a very simple concept, in fact. All you're doing is replacing your current loan from a bank or a lender like HomeStart for your home with another loan. And that's it. That's all that refinancing really is. What you're going to want to look out for is what sort of features are going to work for you right now. So, for example, again, a lot of HomeStart customers find that they might like to have an offset account attached to their home loan. HomeStart doesn't offer offset accounts. So a lot of those customers choose to go and find a product that has an offset account attached to it. Similarly, lots of other customers will go and think to themselves they might be able to get a better rate from a different lender. So they'll use refinancing to access that better rate or those different product features from another lender. If you've got a good repayment history and you've started to build up some equity in your home, then refinancing could be an option for you.
In what situations should a homeowner consider refinancing their loan? Are there specific signs that indicate it might be time to make that change?
Yeah, definitely, Mag. So what we see with a lot of our HomeStart customers when they're choosing to make that call to refinance their HomeStart loan to another lender, it's typically a few years after they've settled the loan initially. They've had a good repayment history. They haven't missed any payments. They've kept up with all the repayments that their lender is looking for. And they've also tended to build up some equity in their home. So the concept of equity, it is also quite simple. It's just the difference between what you owe your lender and what your house is worth. And if you've got some equity in your home, it makes it a bit easier for that refinancing process to go forwards. If people aren't sure about where to go, they could talk directly to any lender of their choice, or even talk to a mortgage broker who can give them a really good picture of what the options might be out there for them in the market.
Fantastic. So it does certainly sound like refinancing is certainly something to consider. How does refinancing help HomeStart's current and maybe future customers out there?
We're all about helping people get into home ownership, but we're not designed to be the lender for the entirety of their life. And we're all about helping people get started. And what we see is a lot of customers, once they've been with HomeStart sort of 3, 4, 5 years, they've maintained their repayments, they've built up some equity, and then they start thinking to themselves, well, I need some extra things, and I need some extra features, and they start talking to other lenders, and they refinance onwards. Now, what's really terrific here is when a customer repays their loan to HomeStart, it's a massive pay it forward moment because we can lend that money to someone else and help another South Australian. So I think that's a great outcome for everyone.
In your experience, what are some common misconceptions about refinancing that you've encountered, and how can homeowners avoid these pitfalls?
Yeah, so people often think it's too hard.
Yeah.
It's actually a really simple process in the end. It might seem a little bit overwhelming, as a lot of things in finance do, but with the right advice, the process can actually be relatively straightforward. So we encourage people to find a trusted lender, a broker perhaps, who can just walk you through that process and just try and simplify it as much as possible for you. Also important to remember that refinancing doesn't always mean you're starting over and going back to scratch. You can continue to really nail down the progress you've already made with paying off your home loan so far.
There we go. That is a wrap this afternoon in today's episode of Fresh Starts with HomeStart. We hope that you've gained some insight into refinancing and how it could work for you.
Remember, refinancing can be a really smart move, and HomeStart is here to guide you every step of the way.
Big thank you to Andrew once again for joining us. And don't forget to tune in on the first Tuesday of every month for more tips to kickstart your home owning journey. Next time, we're going to be diving into how grad loans can help those just starting their careers take their first steps onto the property ladder, Mags.
If you miss anything or if you want to find out more, head to homestart.com.au for all the details.
Thank you, Andrew.
Looking forward to it, guys. Thanks.